B1 brothers and sisters, welcome to the Afro Elite YouTube channel. If you guys have not subscribed, please do so. Please leave a like as you're coming in as well too, and my social media is in the description below. We're a little bit late tonight, but we have something to make up for it. Most definitely tonight, we definitely have something to make up for it with our special guest. Let me start. Let's just hit the ground running. Let me start introducing our guests. We got our brother Taurean Reign from the Taurean Reign Reloaded channel.
What's going on, everybody?
Salute to Taurean. We have our brother Black Alpha from the Black Alpha Network.
Peace and love, family.
We have our brother Beatzilla from Beatzilla Official. And our brother Kid Gravity from Kid Gravity Beyond. All of their links and information to their social media, which you guys should be following, is in the description. All of it is in the description. I got the thing going down, so it gives you a reminder to make sure you check on what they got going on. So you guys definitely want to check on what they have going on. Make sure you stay tuned to that. But we definitely want to address, if you guys have seen our Twitter and the work we've been putting in on Twitter, you guys know we got to talk about it. We still got to talk about it. It's still a juicy subject. We got to talk about it because we're more than just Twitter. We also do our YouTube thing. So we have a special sector that we discuss things in, and this is going to be organized. But we understand that everybody probably isn't on Twitter. Everybody is probably not as aware of what went on. So I'm going to give you guys a brief synopsis of the situation and what went on. But before that, I ask you guys, I remind you again, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you subscribe to all of these brothers' channels. Follow them on all of their social media. Follow me on all of my social media. Like this video and share this video too. We're trying to get the likes up, the shares up. YouTube is giving us a hard time. They're giving all Black media a hard time. Professor Black Truth, salute to that brother. YouTube is giving him the hardest time possible. They took his channel away for really no reason, just I'm white and I say so. So when they hit, we hit harder. So that's what we need. We need the family to hit harder by hitting that like button, that thumbs up button, and the subscribe with the post notifications on all of our channels here. Okay. Guess who's on YouTube? Trump is on YouTube. All right. Oh, well, he found something to do. But let me get to the situation. Hold on. Let me get to. I just messed it up. Okay. So we're scrolling through. I'm going to scroll through and I'm going to find the image that started all of this off. So as we know, Roe v. Wade has been overturned. We know that. That made a lot of people upset. That made a bunch of people upset. Actually, I want to do it like this. Make sure you guys see it. So that made a lot of people upset. And you had a Nigerian brother. Look at the tweet he made. And this is Clarence Thomas, who voted against Roe v. Wade. He voted to overturn Roe v. Wade. And then you have this guy, Tether Lachlan. He tweeted this after the overturning of Roe v. Wade. He said, "I hate that the Klan didn't lynch this piece of shit's ancestors. What a useful fucking group." And I just got to say it how it is. That's what he said. So this man, and he has, if you guys are unaware, this is a Nigerian flag he has in his bio. So this man from Nigeria said that he wishes the Klan, the Ku Klux Klan, lynched Clarence Thomas's ancestors. And he said, what a useless fucking group. Now, the group he's referring to are foundational Black Americans. So that was the tweet that sparked this off. Now, our brother Marcel was on the job saying, hold on. He found the person's information, or he was able to post the person's information. This is where the person went to school with, Pace University. I mean, not went to school, worked for. He worked for Pace University. And Marcel was all like, okay, so is this what Pace thinks? Is this the standard of Pace University's employees there? And I'm being brief because I want to get to the comments that our brothers have. His tweet was, so Pace University has yet to address the Nigerian American who wishes the Ku Klux Klan would have lynched Black Americans' ancestors. If you are in New York, you need to pull up and handle this. The Nigerian's name is uh, Tether. That I'm just gonna say it's Tether. I don't know how to pronounce whatever that is. But before we go on to what happened, let's just address that comment alone. Let's just address that comment alone. You said who has somebody has a lot of
I think it was
background
black.
noise
I think it
going
was
on.
black. I think it was Black Alpha, and because when he muted himself, the noise went away.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, I just got a fan over here.
okay.
Oh,
So
maybe it was Beatzilla. I'm not sure.
okay, let's address
I'm
that.
eating
Let's address
biscuits.
that. So he said he want. What is your first initial reaction when you saw that tweet?
Oh, anyone can go.
Yeah, you can go ahead, Taurean.
If I had to close my eyes and someone read out to me what it said, you would swear that it came from a PC dub S individual. Like you wouldn't have expected that it came from someone like that. But seeing how a lot of their behavior has been over the last few months that we have seen, that right there doesn't even remotely surprise me. And this is crazy because a lot of, well, I can only speak for myself. I'm no fan of Clarence Thomas's one major thing that he did during his tenure that really rubbed me the wrong way that happened a few years ago involving a man by the name of Troy Davis. Anybody who follows me or is familiar with the Troy Davis situation knows why I don't like Clarence Thomas just on that alone. There's probably some other things, but that one right there was like the nail in the coffin for me. But I've told people, and I'm gonna address this tomorrow on my stream, that Clarence Thomas has become a proxy. He's become a proxy in this whole situation because they're trying to make it seem like Clarence Thomas was the only deciding factor when it came to the overturning of Roe v. Wade. There are other people on that Supreme Court besides just him. He's just one of the most recognizable faces because now he's no longer the only Black person up there, but at one point he was the only Black face up there for years. He's still the only Black man up there. But when it came to Clarence Thomas, that name always rung a bell because his name was always in controversy, dating back, of course, to Anita Hill and then him being the successor to Thurgood Marshall. So it was, like his name always was stand out like a sore thumb. And then on top of that, the situation with his wife in January 6th. So there's another connection right there. So I think they're stemming also from that as well, but they're using him as the proxy because what they're saying towards him, they're really saying to us. Because not only did you have what he said, you had what one of those PC feminists called him the N-word. And I'm like, that was like while you were saying that to him, you could have left that part out of it and just had it directly focused at him. But when you said that word, now it's like you're literally throwing it onto all of us. So I always say that Clarence Thomas in this situation is definitely the proxy for them to get off of their chest what they want to say to us, but they're directing it towards him. But we can see the forest from the trees. We see exactly what it is that they're doing. And they tend to do that with a lot of Black people, especially those who are considered to be high profile. They'll use them as proxies so they can use that as an example to blanket the Black community, Black Americans as a whole. They'll use one person or a few people, and then they'll use that as an example to try to like throw that, I guess you can say, that blanket over all of us to make it seem like we are all that way. That's why I always say it goes back to that big Black boogeyman theory. They use one, then they do that. And I always say when it comes to negativity, they'll always use one person and then that's it on just everybody's like that. But if it's something positive, they're now just an individual. So one of us became a millionaire. That's just that's just our own success. But if one of us screws up, we are all F ups. That's basically
Exactly.
how it is. Like it's on, like I said, it's that one big nigga umbrella that we're put under. And it doesn't matter from where in the diaspora you might fall into, that's just where it is. That's why when it comes to a lot of these immigrants, such as the person that you had up on your screen, he's only one screw up away from being a hashtag himself, and they will not care what kind of flag you have in your bio, in your name, in your profile, what nation you come from. Over here in America, you are seen as a nigga. If you don't believe me, ask the family of Patrick Lyoya, and they'll tell you exactly the same thing because they came from the Congo.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Kid Gravity, you got your hand raised like this is a Twitter space, so you can go ahead. Yeah, I know it's hot under there. Yeah, it's hot under that mask, isn't it? This dude is peeling it off his face. We can't hear you.
Hello, you niggas. Hello. How is everybody doing tonight? In my homeland, the sun is rising. It's a new day. But I'm going to stop playing around, but I'm going to represent for the continent today because the continent was off code. That brother, I'm from New York, so I'm the New York representative on this. That's not New York. The real ones in New York understand you don't pull what you pull out there. Now, I get it. New York is full of immigrants now, so the rules have changed. But there's a lot of real ones out there. You say things like that, you will be on the hood of a car in front of the projects, and everybody's going to be looking to you and like, what did you do? And they tell you, and they keep it moving. The problem, like all of you have stated in the past, is these immigrants have gotten too comfortable. There's no consequences to words or actions that are off code.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys are now regulating the code. But of course, when you change the rules, especially with our community, people don't like when the rules are changed because it doesn't benefit them anymore. That dude felt, I think, if we have to go to Dragon Ball Z, he felt about 1% of Frieza's power. That was light work. That was easy because we all know how Jason Black is. He will gas up the Tahoe, and he would have been in New York overseeing a billboard next to Pace University. We know this. Tariq would have had a skit if he was so petty. I know he has the baby right now. Salute to that man. But there would have been a puppet of this man within a week. But like I said, that was 1%. But as I've told y'all in the past, and I'm going to say it again, I endorse y'all circling the wagons. I do. If even that means I'm going to be locked out, it's okay. We have technology. I can contact y'all. Y'all can hand me what I need through the hole, and I keep it moving. But these disrespectful tethers have got to realize pretty soon you're going to be nomads. And we all know how nomads act. You either become an army or you kill each other. And like I said in the space today, you're going to start seeing a lot of them become born again tethers. They're going to delete their anti-FBA tweets. They're going to act like they were just playing, like this dude was doing. And they're going to try to coalition build. But unfortunately, the FBA and non-FBAs that are on code check paperwork, and they were like, oh, that's great. You can come in, and they're going to sit you down, and it's going to look like an interrogation on Law and Order. And they're going to say, you said this on this day, this on this day, this on this day. Do you want to retract it? They were like, yes. They were like, that's great. Now you can take your paperwork and you can jump in the East River and stay over there because you're not here. Because when we get what we need, you're going to stab us in the back. We don't need that. So, in closing, I'm going to say this. I ride with y'all. I appreciate y'all having me on this platform. And if you are a disrespectful tether, just know when they are tired of doing it to you, I don't have a problem doing it to you on my platform because everybody on my platform can get it. And I'll land there. And I'm going to do what that woman should have done for her kids. And I'm going to eat this McDonald's. So my camera's about to go off. So y'all go ahead. I'm going to listen.
Hey, Kid Gravity, how come every time you talk, man, I'll be looking for the laughing emoji, but I forgot you can't do this on YouTube.
Hey
Too
man,
much.
you could just do it. You could make your avatar laughing emoji and just keep switching it out.
All right, deal. Bet that. Hey, but no, to that guy, it doesn't sound like it's a temper tantrum. It's just a temper tantrum, man. It's like you tell your child or something, and they run upstairs and they throwing their room around and making a mess. The tethers are upset right now. This is what happens when we regulate, when we gatekeep. They are upset. They're having breakdowns and meltdowns every other day. They're coming out the woodworks. It's a mess right now because these tethers know that the way things used to be, they're not that way anymore. And there's a whole new lifestyle that they're going to have to get accustomed to. And this is what happens when people start to kind of die off and their movements ain't really pushing. They just try to grab everybody. What do? They always backstab and they try to sabotage everybody if they can't get their way. That's not working on foundational Black Americans. And they know when they come see us, there's really no choice. So at the end of the day, I look at it this way, and I'm gonna continue to look at it this way. As long as we, continue to put pressure on them, as long as we continue to let them know they can't get any of our stuff, they can't get our reparations, they're not welcome to our tangibles. They're gonna have to stand on their own because they're used to really feeding themselves off of foundational Black American accomplishments. They fed themselves off of our immigration policies. They fed themselves off of our tangibles. They fed themselves off of our reparations claims. They fed themselves, and now they have to feed themselves. And it's clear they don't know how to feed themselves. If they could, they'd be feeding themselves in their own country. So therefore, they're about to start starving. And we're going to be living it up. We're going to be making do and doing what we always do. So as we G-check them and we roast them, make sure you take a nice long time to laugh at their asses because it's very, very funny how we're doing it. We're running them off the block, but we're doing it with style, FBA style.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So my take on that is simple, man. When you see a lot of these individuals coming out here who are all of a sudden concerned about what's going on with Foundation of Black Americans, Kid Gravity, your mic is hot.
What just happened?
He probably ain't got his headphones on. But like I was saying, when he's making such a comment like that, he understands the people that he is here to appeal to and appease. They have a problem with it. So to me, when I see people like that, and Tariq mentioned, his get down, being able to pull up his tweets from prior years, he's always had an anti-FBA sentiment. Now the powers that be, knowing that, can use him to just simply go spew out dog whistles for all of the white supremacists who know what he's saying, and then also get out there and try to disrupt the conversation and make some odd anti-Black man type of pitch out there, using Clarence Thomas, or of all people, as a proxy, but nonetheless, like Taurean said, using the one big Negro through Clarence Thomas. And what makes it so bad is this is a so-called Black man, well, I'll say melanated man, calling for white supremacists to harm another melanated person. Any way he slices that, that's off code. Any way he slices that, that's off code. And he tried to make excuses for it. But the one thing he would not do is apologize for it. And when I see stuff like that, that's deeper than his own arrogance, because he came so proud and comfortable. I believe he thinks those people that have him going out there are going to protect him on the street. And he's realizing that ain't the case. And that's my take on that. Hard Knocks.
Hey, brother Zilla. I tell him, hey, it's hard out here for a tether. It's hard out here for a tether.
Hey, it's getting rougher by the day. You understand? Because at the end of the day, they are fully well aware we know what they want now, and it's part of our reparations. On top of that, do you understand what they see when we get reparations? We're already looking at ourselves and not looking at anyone else. So when the tables get turned, they have to defend themselves all by themselves. That's how they are forecasting the future without any help. And we also have a long memory of what they have also been responsible for doing to foundational Black Americans. So there is that.
Black Alpha, would you like to say something before we move on?
Yeah, hey, I like that point. I like that point. They're gonna have to feed themselves, and as Tariq says, they gotta hold their own nuts. They also gonna have to hold their own fork and spoon and make your own goddamn meal, because the days of eating off our plates is done. Everybody gotta go fetch their own food. Everybody's gotta eat for their goddamn selves. Them butter biscuits are running out. You know what I'm saying? The butter biscuit babble is running low, and you're gonna have to be a man. I know they're not used to being men and women and standing on their own and building their own country. I said it earlier. You cannot put a freedman and a fleer in the same place at the same time. They are international beggars. We are international builders. That is a conflict of interest. Quite frankly, they cannot exist in our presence. And if they are in our presence, they got about 2 minutes before they get ran the fuck out of town. So they're going to have to hold their own nuts, and they're going to have to make their own plate, because the days of mooching off of us are done.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I want to say, first off, shout out to Nikki the God, because her modding skills are top tier tonight. I mean, I'm seeing links in the chat room, everybody's Instagram, their Twitter, their YouTube. She's about that action tonight. So salute to her. Shout out to Nikki the God. Now, we are addressing a Nigerian American who called for the Ku Klux Klan to lynch Clarence Thomas. So after that, and Marcel was going back and forth. Now, he didn't want to say anything until Marcel pulled up where he worked at. Then he decided to meet up with our brother Sage, and they had a conversation. I'm going to show you this. Now, this was one of the holiest spaces of all time. And when I say of all time, I do mean of all time, period. And you are blessed if you were able to even see it with your own eyes. I'm telling you, it's amazing. It's one of a kind. But let me tell you what led up to this interaction, right? So Sage and Mr. Tether were going back and forth, and they were having a dialogue, and Tariq and Marcel were in the room, and they were telling him, okay, you need to delete the tweet. This dude was acting naive. He was acting like, well, I don't even know what FBA means. It was just a joke. I didn't mean nothing about it. Oh, well, if you guys want to talk to me, you guys can DM me. I'm available for further conversations. Because he wanted to get clout. He wanted to get clout off of this. He thought like, ooh, this tweet is kind of going viral, so I can be the topic of conversation for the next couple weeks or so. I'm going to go in everybody's spaces, and everybody's going to, he looked at that like he was a celebrity. Like, oh, if you guys want to talk to me, I know you guys do, because probably a lot of people was blowing him up. But Tariq, Jason, and I just want to show you an image, just in case you didn't see it. Just in case you missed out on this beauty right here. Let me show you. Hold on. Just look at it. Just look at that. Let's take us off the screen. Look at those people on that grand stage right there. I don't know why the guy is flickering. He does that. I don't know what he's doing that for. But look at that. If that's not the holy grail of Twitter, I don't know what is. Now, of course, there's some people that, I'd rather not have in there, but, it is what it is. Beggars can't be choosers, because look at that space. That needs to be a wall. That's probably going to be my damn wallpaper for my laptop. But this guy, what Jason, Tariq, and Marcel did is they gave him the definition of this ain't what you want. That was the quintessential definition of be careful what you wish for, because you're talking like, oh yeah, I might take it down. He said in the space, he doesn't know if he's going to take down the tweets. And let me show you from our brother Tariq. Our brother Tariq actually pulled up a lot of this man's tweets that he made. So I'm going to show you, just so you guys don't feel like we're picking on him and it was just a joke and it shouldn't be taken that seriously. Let me show you. This is a tweet he made about Kamala Harris. I know some of y'all don't enjoy reading and would rather just believe everything that loser at Tariq Nasheed tweets, but I highly encourage those of you who like the sound, or those of you like to sound like you know what the fuck you're talking about, to check this article out. And it was about Kamala Harris. Okay. Then Tariq tweeted this. Where'd you see that at? I hate all of the FBA talk. Now, in the space, this was in 2020. This was 2 years ago, over 2 years ago. In the space, he was saying he doesn't know what FBA even is. It was just a joke. He says, where'd you hear that? I hate all of the FBA talk, and that's why I can't stand Tariq. It's also important to note that a lot of the riots, local police hire antagonizers, give to police the reason to use force. Let me see. It is not safe to assume that all of the damage is caused by actual protesters. This guy makes a space right here. Hold on. Let me see if I can make this bigger. I can't really, the screen is a little bit small. I can't really see it like that. I wish I would have pro-frat that, but I was in spaces all day. But anyway, okay, you can see it?
Yeah, I can see it.
It says, hold on. Okay, you guys can see it. That's all I need. I'm using a monitor too because it's a little clearer, but it's a little farther back than my laptop, so that's why I gotta kind of focus. But anyway, we're here. It says, fuck the black girls, Kelly. I don't like them, but you are tweet. I guess he mentioned some people, and this is in 2014. I thought we were making jokes and they were talking about white girls. Okay, so here he is. How do I get white girls to like me? Serious question. So this dude is all on Twitter talking about how much he can't stand Tariq, how much he can't stand FBA, how much he loves white girls. And he thought that he wanted to become famous. And Foundation Black Americans showed him, this ain't what you want. Now, we gave him a chance. We said, delete the tweet. He said, no, I don't think I will. He said that because Foundation Black Americans have not made it clear what the consequences are to disrespecting us. Because for the longest time, there has been no consequences. For the longest time, we've been just upset, and that's it. And nobody feels any type of way because they know there's no punishment to disrespecting a Foundation Black American. Now, he would have never said that about Asians. He would have never fixed his lips to say anything about Asians. He probably wouldn't have wanted to, let's be honest. He would have never said that about religious groups, a certain religious group. He would have never fixed his lips to say anything like that. He wouldn't have never said that about any other group. If he called for the death or wished death upon anybody from any other group, he would have been super apologetic. He would have been kissing the ground that group walked on. He would have turned into a buck-broken Nick Cannon, begging for apologies from that group, begging for forgiveness. But this dude said no to us. He said no to us because he's like, what are y'all going to do but be mad? But be mad. And we showed him we can do a little bit more than being mad. We'll do a little bit more this time. So our brother Jason Black, the Black Authority, held the space earlier today. And he said, hey, I need you. Everybody in the space, like 700 people in the space, everybody in the space. He was like, I got a mission for y'all. And we was all there like a FBA army. And we was like, okay. We got you, Jason. Now you got Sage, you got people in New York, they doing the groundwork. You have people all the way over here in Chicago and Maryland and everywhere you can find them. And we all did the groundwork. And then you had Pace University say, hey, he don't work for us. We don't know him. We never really liked him to begin with. He was always coming in late. Yeah, we disassociate him self with him. You know, he was stealing pens and pencils and stuff like that. We don't like him anyway. I don't recommend him. So Pace actually backed up. They was trying to cover for him, like, well, we don't really know where he is, but we kept the pressure on so much. They was all like, hey, that guy? Oh, that guy. That's the guy you were looking for. Psh, nah, he's fired. He doesn't work here anymore. We don't like that. We don't like that. That dude does not represent us at all. Actually, we're on your side. Let's go get him. That's how they were because of our energy. So I want to ask our brothers here, what do you guys have to say about the results that we were able to accomplish with the pull-up summer, the preview of the pull-up summer when it comes to the tethers? A couple years ago, we were only doing it with the PC folks. Now we're applying that pull-up summer energy to everybody.
I'll take this one first. You know what? It speaks to the people really caring about what's going on again. So much so that they're able to allow themselves to get tired and pissed off. Because see, before we was always dealing with that. Well, you know, it's wrong, but let's wait. Let's wait. Right now, that is just not the energy out here. And it's a beautiful thing, man. I've been waiting forever to see this. Tell me when to go. You know, so I just see the energy with all that pull up summer. It's changed laws. We got police convicted. We got the killers of Ahmaud Arbery federally hate crime charged. Now, of course, we ain't getting everything we need. But nonetheless, you know, this movement, man, pedal to the metal, and I think they are terrified of this movement. Simply put, we scared and terrified the people that shouldn't be in power. You did?
Absolutely.
I think that now they are actually now getting ready. They're getting an opportunity to see the big black boogeyman actually put in work now. It's no longer just a theory or just an image that they could put out there just because they want to put it out there to make it seem like we're so bad and we're so dangerous and things of that nature. You know, there's a saying, a method to the madness. It's not like we just pulled up just to pull up for the sake of wanting to do it because we were bored or we had nothing better to do with our time. There was a reason why that happened. And see, the thing is, it's gotten to the point where a lot of people, whether they are in the diaspora or not, some within FBA, some, and of course a lot outside, have gotten used to us being stagnant or in this one position. That was the whole point of keeping us grounded in the position that we are, so we did not have the ability to fight back. But what they're finding is that we are literally finding little cracks in their system that we're able to get around and get our weasel our way out of until we're ready to like completely bust out of this thing and kick it down and then really show what we're made of. See, the thing is, they don't want us when we're forming up like Voltron. Like at that point, you might want to run for the hills. You might want to try to seek refuge somewhere, asylum. I don't know. Go hide out with Edward Snowden or somewhere over in Russia. I don't know. Do what you like. Do what you must. It's almost like we execute in Order 66. So I'm just saying, like, y'all better be prepared. And like Afro, like you said, this isn't the first pull-up summer that we've done. It's not the first, and it won't be the last. Like you said, when we did it before, it was with PC, and we saw how that was. Now it's transcending, or it's transferring to the tether class. And it's like, we don't want this to happen, but you make it happen. Like I said, we don't do it just because just because it looks good or it sounds good. It's because it has to happen. It didn't have to be this way, but you started it and we're going to finish it. That's just the way that this thing goes. It's like, you know, that like they say, the circle of life. That's how this thing is supposed to move. And like I said, they've always had us in a position where we've been stuck and on the bottom. and not in a position where we could fight. If anything, it's funny he said that when he was saying that thing about Clarence Thomas and the ancestors. I think that's the part that really pissed me off the most when he referenced, said that his ancestors should have been lynched, basically saying if that would have happened, Clarence Thomas wouldn't be here. I'm gonna say this. Based on how we respond, how the response was to that, and people actually going to Pace University to actually pull up to his job, even to the point where Pace University responded and was saying, oh, this guy doesn't work here no more. He's been fired and all types of stuff. Apparently, this guy hasn't been working there for a while. It's not like they just fired him today or this week. Apparently, he hasn't been there. I would have to say that the ancestors are proud. I would say that they are very proud of the strides that we're doing, because a lot of them were not in a position to do what it is that we're doing right now. Like, they wouldn't dare even probably think of doing this. Of course, you had some rebels, that were out there. A lot of them, quite honestly, even some that you don't hear about. Unsung heroes, I like to say, that did what they had to do in order to fight against this system, because this is a system. I always tell people, you don't have to be white to be a white supremacist. And that tweet right there from that individual proved just that. And I'm going to land my plane right there.
I want to, before we get to Kid Gravity and Black Alpha, I want you guys to keep that energy, because I know you guys are about to explode when you get onto the mic. But wherever he works now, Pace University is saying, oh, he hasn't worked there in a while. Giving them the benefit of the doubt that that's true, and we don't know how true that is. But let's say that that's true. Wherever he works now, that stain is going to be a dark cloud over his head, no matter what university he goes to now. Because that university had to openly, ostracize him from the university and said, hey, we don't want nothing to do with him. So whatever university he works with now, or he attempts to work for now, he's going to have that moment that went viral, that Pace University had to make a public tweet saying, we do not rock with this dude. This dude, he went to sleep. He was all like, these FBA niggas ain't about shit. They ain't gonna do nothing to me. They ain't gonna say nothing to me. I'm gonna just get clout and followers off of this. He woke up. It was his off day. He was like Ice Cube. He got fired on his off day. He woke up, and then he had Pace University call him. He's like, yeah, hey, how you doing? And he was like, Umbuke, yeah, we're gonna need you to come in and turn in your badge and your ID. He was like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? Like, yeah, apparently we got a lot of angry black people outside because of something you said, so we just don't want those problems. We already made a public statement. If you could just come in and turn in your badge and ID, that would be great. That would be great. Turn in that polo shirt that we got you for Christmas too. We'd appreciate that. And the clipboard you have. This dude, he came into work the next day with a box full of his stuff. Like, damn. Okay. This man is in the unemployment line because of what he did. Now, with that being said, let me let our brother Kid Gravity or Black Alpha, you guys can take it away.
Hey, I'll jump on this one real good. Hey, that's a good point. He went from working at Pace University, he's going to be working at the Waffle House next. That's what it is. Hey, we're checking him in every aspect, though, because we getting this guy on some, like, physical, he's got some physical things. Like, we snatching tether wigs straight the fuck off nowadays. And that's a good thing. And don't forget as well, the Juneteenth ice cream. We checked and re-regulated that, and we corrected what they were trying to do with that issue. So we're doing it in all aspects of foundational Black America. I see the wig. I see it. Hey, the tether wigs getting snatched. They getting snatched. Their hairlines is fucked up anyway, so it should be like 12 rows behind, but it's all good. But we snatching them off. We running them out. They're getting fucked up. And if you look at it as well, just like you said, Brother Afro, whenever his new employer calls his last employer, he might as well not even put Pace University on his resume. He might as well just skip over that, because the new one's going to call the old one and say, okay, what kind of worker was he? And they're going to say, let's tell you what happened. And then, boom, he's done. So he can go ahead and push some racks and shit, man, because his future has changed. He went to bed as an uppity tether, and now he's, down low. So that's what happens when foundational Black American society truly, truly gets on code. And the tethers.
He deleted the tweet, by the way.
Oh
He was all
wow.
big and bad, but he deleted the tweet actually today. Today he deleted the tweet, by the way.
Hey, telltale signs of a tether in distress. I told, hey, they're gonna have to make a motherfucking tether crime bill soon, because these tethers is fighting each other now. They getting pissed off. There ain't too many rooms in the house for them no more. They get G-check. Kid, brother, I see you. I see you, family. They're gonna have to get these tethers under control, man, because Foundational Black American we running them everywhere, man. They don't know which way to go. They understand the seats that were in the house ain't really in the house anymore. They understand the opportunities they have are scarce. They're done, and they can't cloak themselves in our culture anymore. They can't, manipulate our culture anymore. They can't, work off of our ancestors. And I do got to make one point, and I'm with what Brother Taurean said. When you start talking about lynching Foundational Black Americans, that's not for play. That's not a joke. That's not a game. That's not funny at all. And we got to meet that with the same aggression that we have met this one with, because there's a brother, and he's about, 2 years ago, and he's about 30 minutes from where I'm at right now. He's probably about an hour from where Brother Marcel Dixon is from. And everybody knows his name. His name was Ahmaud Arbery. All right. And Ahmaud Arbery was lynched in broad daylight in public in the year 2000s. Okay. Not 1962, not 1952. Ahmaud Arbery was just lynched. So we don't really play about lynching. That's something that we have to take serious. You're not going to make jokes about that. So Foundational Black Americans, past, present, or future, we have to make sure that they're represented and treated with the proper respect, because if someone disrespects your past or your present, they're bound to do it to your future. So I don't care if you're an ancestor of Foundational Black Americans or you're an unborn child of Foundational Black Americans. We got to make sure that nobody plays games with the lynching of our people, because we're still being lynched today. So as he said that about Clarence Thomas, the first thing I thought of was Ahmaud Arbery. And that's right down the street from where I'm at right now. And I remember how that happened, and I remember how that occurred. Matter of fact, my best friend lives in Brunswick, Georgia. So I know personally what was going on down there. So Black Americans are still being lynched. You're starting to see Black Americans getting hung at parks, and they're saying they slipped on the damn slide and a noose found up on them. We got to understand that when people disrespect that, that's going to only embolden people to continue that type of behavior. And right now we're G-checking and regulating that. And guys like this, whatever the fuck his name is, he's going to be a prime example. As Brother TBA says, we taking names. We're going to take his names, put that shit up high, and let everybody know, if you get out of line with Foundational Black Americans, this will be the result. And it ain't good, because it's hard out here for a tether.
I want to piggyback on that right before we get to Kid Gravity. And I said this in a space when I was in there with Tariq and Jason. Jokes are not to be taken lightly. Literally, Jim Crow started off with jokes. It started off with people making fun of people, and that progressed into one of the most horrific eras in Foundation Black American history, outside of slavery. Okay, the Ku Klux Klan started as jokes. A lot of racism and horrific events that Foundation Black Americans have faced starts off with jokes, with small little anti-black jokes that, okay, yeah, you can get away with that. If you guys have listened to our brother TBA's broadcast he made a few years ago about the 5 steps to Nazi Germany, talking against somebody publicly, that's one of the steps to Nazi Germany. That's one of the reasons that they were able to accomplish what they were able to accomplish. Those jokes are very serious. When Stop Asian Hate came up, you wasn't even allowed to say anything about Asians whatsoever. Otherwise, you get flagged, you get your page taken down, you get your stuff removed off of YouTube, you get strikes and all that. You couldn't say anything negative about them. So every other group takes jokes serious. This, he might say, yeah, it's a joke, but it's very, very serious. It's very serious. And before Kid Gravity goes, I want the way Kid Gravity looks. I want you guys to look at him. The way Kid Gravity looks. This is how that guy is gonna have to look walking across the street. This is the disguise that man is going to be wearing from now on, anytime he has to leave the house. But with that being said, Kid Gravity, you can go ahead.
I just had to model, the Kente Call for Congress edition
program.
Yeah, I had to model the Congress.
Hey, I said he about to go into the tether protection program, family.
The protection program, yes, sir. Hey, Let's start it off like this. Houston FBA, I need you to watch out for this nigga because this nigga gonna move down there very soon. I need y'all to watch out for him. Watch y'all's airport. If you see somebody walking out of there with a Boston Red Sox hat on, and you know the Red Sox ain't in town that weekend, no. Send this man back to New York because he's gonna make your city look bad. But I'm wearing this because this is how most of these tethers look. They see through these dark colored lenses. They make their jokes and think that everything is still a rosy path until they take the glasses off and realize there's some energy out here that you don't want to mess with. Every action deserves a reaction. And you saw the reaction, folks. So hopefully this serves as a warning to all of y'all that you don't play with black folks, and you especially don't play with black folks who have a legitimate gripe against the government. This is not your fight. You want to be an ally, you either fight for reparations or you shut up. Don't get on here with the jokes because he loved to say, oh, I like dark humor. I like dark humor. I like dark humor as well, but I'm not going to do something on black folks. My dark humor goes to every other group. And even then, I'm still treading lightly. I don't make fun of the H word. I don't make fun of internment camps. I don't do that. But you, like everybody on the panel said, you called, this nigga wanted to be the Flash and erase people's timelines. Where do we do this at? Sir, that's not a joke. Because in this day and age, we've seen people write things online and somebody else goes and does something on their behalf. Now, you say this online. We know we have a lot of unstable people in this world. What if they saw your tweet and decided, hey, I'm going to take this gun and go see Clarence Thomas at his house because they have his address up on the internet. You know, the white supremacists did that. They put all the Supreme Court justices' addresses online. What if they went and did that and they did their investigation and they saw you in that tweet? How do you explain that to the government? Sir, you're black. And it's like, I think Taurean or Black Alpha said it. They're not going to care about your flag. You don't get to say, hey, here's my Nigerian pass. They're like, oh, that's great. Cool. Throw it in the trash and you're going to get arrested. And the way Biden's going, they don't have to read you your rights. So they can literally beat you up and you can't sue. So I don't care if you're a tether, I don't care if you're FBA, because also I'm sure Afro's going to talk about it later, that other room that we were in.
Oh yeah, we're getting to it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you're a tether or you're even FBA. There's certain rules you have to follow in life. And one of them, and I'm sure all these men can attest to this, the number one rule in life is however you move, there's a consequence to it. Any decision you make, there's a consequence to it. Now, Beatzilla and I are fathers, so we already know. Our kids mess up, there's going to be consequences. Your daddy should have whooped your ass after that. Because trust and believe, he started getting phone calls when you started messing up, because Nigerians love being on Twitter and they love passing around information. I'm sure he got that phone call. Like, you know, your asshole son is in there disrespecting the family name. You need to go do something. And I even said in a tweet, hey, his father needed an hour of youth I'm not going to curse on it, to mess him up, just so he understands the consequences of what he's doing. Because he could have left his house and NYPD wait for him and ask him questions about what he said, because those were terroristic threats. Matt says jokes, as he said, but I'm just going to land on this. Like they say, pull up summer. It's got to be a step off summer. Y'all, I'm going to give y'all advice, non-FBA to FBA. Don't even give them a chance anymore. The second you see it, run them off. Don't give them no chances. Don't open no spaces with them and let them try to plead their case. Y'all gotta deport them. They gotta go. Mama land on that.
I'm gonna say this before we move on. I lived in a house with a lot of siblings in it, and I'm not sure if you guys have lived in a house with a lot of siblings, but you know how every kid in the house can just be acting up, and the parents warn. They're like, "Hey, stop! I'm gonna whoop y'all! I'm gonna whoop y'all! Y'all better stop! Y'all better stop!" And every kid in the house, like everybody's kind of on their bad behavior at the same time, and everybody's kind of trying them, but one of the kids is just doing a little bit too much, and then that's the one that gets whooped, and then everybody else is all like, "Ooh, oh, okay, they was really serious about that. Okay, okay, well, hey, mommy, I made you some coffee, I made you some tea, I put some extra sugar and extra cream in that. Yeah, she's downstairs cleaning the kitchen right now. She's making it spick. I mean, remember when the parents, because you know how parents get. Man, I don't know if it's just me, but you know how parents get after they whoop somebody. They just in a whooping mood. It's just on site with everybody. And then next thing you know, everybody else is on their best behavior. You start cleaning the refrigerator, stuff you would never do without them being mad. You start cleaning the refrigerator. You're doing extra homework. You're vacuuming. The house smells beautiful. You're behind the toilet, scrubbing and cleaning. Everybody's on their best behavior after that because they saw how serious they were. That's kind of what happened in the next space that we're going to talk about. Okay, so let me introduce you. Let me introduce you to the space earlier today. Okay, this space, if you guys can see it up here, hopefully you can. This space right here. Now, of course, it's changed throughout the time. This space was much earlier, but hosted by this woman, and Rano. They came up there and talking about, oh yeah, I'm B1. I just want to know. I feel like, yeah, you guys can address him. Y'all can call him out. That, and I'm talking like that because that's exactly how she sounded. You guys can call him out. You guys can talk about him. That's okay. That's whatever. But pulling up is a little bit too much. I feel like that's a little bit too far. And I just want to know what we can do to get together as a people. And Rano over here with his non-FBA ass, because we all know he's non-FBA. Rano's over here co-signing it. Yeah, you already know what it is. I'm not FBA. I am FBA. I mean, I'm sorry, but yeah, I'm FBA, and I say that this is wrong, and Pan-Africanism is the way, because I want my grandma to. I mean, I just want other people to come over here and feel safe. So that was the response. Let me show you. These are tethers cleaning the house after that one brother broke the vase and got his ass whooped. And now us as FBA, because we the parents, now we're on 10. Now we're on 10, and everybody's like, hey, I don't think, I mean, whooping, you know what I'm saying? What about love? Can we all talk? Look, after the parents get a whoop, you want to be the biggest family man ever. You were like, Mommy, can we watch a movie tonight? Can I pop some popcorn and let's just bond as a family? You want to sit there at the table. You don't want to eat food in your room no more. You want to sit at the table and hold hands and and talk about your life. You want to build family time with your parents. Yep. All that playing. I don't know if you guys know. All that playing is cool when it's just mom at the house. But the second dad show up, everybody gets some act right. When your dad pull up in the driveway, everybody's all like, okay, let me clean this up. Mom, please don't tell on me. I'm sorry. Everybody goes to bed early. So that's kind of the energy that we got in this space. But do anybody want to address that real quick? Because then we're going to get to certain things that were said in the space that I personally take issue with.
Well, like I said, I wasn't present in like pretty much a lot of the spaces, but the reason why I started laughing was because I saw the yeller in there. And when I saw that name, like the voice just kind of like popped up in my head, and I'm like, he's one of those people that you have to put the caption on right before he speaks that says, "Beware headphone users," because as soon as he begins to talk, it's just like this. It's like listening to a siren with words. That's literally what it's like listening to. I'll never forget the time I had went on somebody's page and I listened to him because someone was I think Afro, I think it might have been you that imitated him. And I just kind of stumbled accidentally on one of the spaces that he was in, not really knowing like what his name was because he constantly changes it because his account is constantly getting removed. And when I heard him talk, I said, "Oh my God, that that's the guy Afro was talking about because he sounds just like him." And I'm like, "You did a spot on
Yo,
impersonation of this person," and I could not stop. I
Torian,
could
I don't
not
mean to
stop
cut you
laughing.
off. Hold on, Torian, I
Yeah.
don't mean to cut you off. Yo, Afro, you got a troll in the room.
I got a troll in the room. Hold on, let me see. Where?
Oh, I see him. It says, "Is it to that active?" Yeah, I see that. I see the troll and I see the comment.
Okay. I took care of it. All right. Yeah. Keep going, Torian.
But yeah, yeah. When I saw that, that's why I started laughing. Like I said, "Oh God," I said it's probably gonna be nothing but a bunch of not. I mean, it's already a bunch of nonsense in that room anyway. But knowing that he's up there, it's like, why? And I'm just sitting there saying to myself, like, why are you yelling? I'm like, calm down. It's not even that deep. I'm sure if they asked him to break down how chocolate came to be, he would yell out how it happened and then turn it into some kind of radical soliloquy. I'm like, dude, like, did you go through shell shock? Like that's almost what I want to know. Like, did some explosive go off around you to cause you to act the way that you do? And I know that's not him in the picture. I know that. Isn't that Khalid Muhammad in the picture?
Yeah, that's his profile.
He wasn't even like that. So I'm like, it's almost like he's trying to do a bad impersonation of him, and it's horrible. Like it really is. But yeah, like I said, I wasn't really present in many of the spaces, so I'm kind of like feeding off of y'all. But I can just imagine what they were talking about was a bunch of nonsense anyway, because that's just the vibe that we've been getting from them for the longest time. I'm telling you one thing right now. When it comes to these spaces, that's probably one of the best things Twitter has ever given them, but also is a curse at the same time, because I'm going to be honest, not everybody deserves a voice. And that can be through talk or through text. I said that's the pros and cons of social media. And we're seeing a major con of it right now. Do you think they can bring the little videos back? What were them things called that Twitter had? They had their own little stories. It was brief.
Yeah.
It was real
Oh, the
brief.
little vines.
Yeah, like it was almost like the Instagram stories, but I think they got rid of them because people was they were posting 15-second previews of their OnlyFans content. So he's like, "Oh nah, we gotta go get out of that, and we're gonna go and just do the spaces." But yeah, that's pretty much how I feel about it.
I guess I'll go next.
I wasn't really in it, so that one's on y'all.
That space was interesting, folks. Very interesting. I called that space Boots in Asses Anonymous because I heard a lot of victim blaming in there. There's a lot of victims in there who aren't really victims, but because FBA is regulating now, they're de facto victims. I heard a lot of complaining. I heard a lot of New York niggas in there trying to bloviate, and that's what New York does. I'm just going to admit it. Everybody on that panel knows New Yorkers like to talk a lot. But unfortunately, if you hear that space, you're going to understand what the problem is. These immigrant people who claim that they're B1, but we don't know if they're B1. They just claim it on Twitter. We have no proof. Y'all know me. I have proof all on down my YouTube page and my Twitter and my Instagram. But a lot of these people, they come in, they make these rooms, and a lot of them, what they do is, and it's actually smart, they go tag Marcel or they DM Marcel, and then he comes in the room, and then they get their shine off of it, and then the rest of y'all come up in there because you guys were really the intended target. But you know, Marcel, since he's very accessible, he becomes the proxy to yell at all of y'all. Which I'm going to say something that a lot of people are not going to like. I have a question for all these people. When y'all bring Marcel in your rooms and y'all want to get him told, why do y'all think y'all gonna out roast a gay man? I still don't understand this. Gay people are some of the biggest roasters on this planet. Why do y'all test these people? You think yelling over this man is he's not gonna be heard? As soon as you stop and take your breaths, he's gonna go in on you. And then Afro shows up. And then y'all get a little bit of act right. Then y'all get the yelling on this man. Then he talks some sense. And then y'all want to talk about coalition building. I said it before Taurean came in the room. Y'all lucky Taurean was making money today and he was trying to get to 50,000 subscribers. Or he would have went in there and regulated. Because when Taurean talks, people stop. When Beatzilla talks, people stop. Black Alpha, you heard the crickets in the room when Black Alpha started talking. That's the power of FBA. And instead of coalition building, y'all over there complaining that, oh, they're being mean. Oh, they want us to call ICE. We're doing you a favor. I know a lot of them want to do it. Want to do it.
ICE whoop their ass than we do.
Facts.
You'd rather get that ass whooping from ICE.
I'm glad you brought that up. Hey, I didn't see none of y'all advocating for them Haitians back in September. Didn't see this. Maybe if you guys would have done that, that might have went a long way for y'all to use as collateral to want to build with FBA. But a lot of y'all were retweeting the pictures and laughing. I saw those tweets. I remember. A lot of y'all retweeted that picture with the Haitian brother with the no shoes on. Y'all retweeted that and laughed. FBAs were the only ones talking about it, besides me and a couple other non-FBAs. Y'all thought it was funny, but if it was your people, yeah, you put up the FBA signal. We know this. Shout out to Afro. He's about to hit 2,000. Shout out to him.
Almost 2,000.
Yeah, about to hit that 19 more. 19K. That's 19K. Don't lie on them people like that. You sound like a disrespectful tether. Don't lie. 1.9. I know what it is. I know what it is. You probably had a deep dish before the show, Eddie. Brain
okay,
but right. let me end it.
That's 19K.
Again, this is a non-FBA talking to the non-FBA.
Couldn't let me have my moment of shine.
Hell no.
I was hoping
I'm a hater. I'm from New York. You know
right
this.
there. I was trying.
I'm from New York. I'm a hater.
Okay,
I'm a hater.
I got you next time though.
Oh, I know. But from a non-FBA talking to the non-FBA. Again, I'm imploring y'all. Stop. STOP, because I know a lot of y'all don't read. STOP. This is not a fight you're going to win. They outnumber y'all. And when y'all put up y'all signal, you only going to have a few come. They put up their signal, everybody going to come running. Stop. That's all I'm going to say is stop. And I'm going to stop right there.
Hey, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and chime in on this one. I was well aware of what was happening, and I noticed exactly what Brother Afro was saying. Once some real certified brothers come in there, they change their tune real quick. They go from drill music to bluegrass. You feel me? I mean, they was tucking their tether chain left and right. Them tether chains was in their shirt. They was tucking them tether chains. Man, hey, it's hard out here for a tether, especially when the certified show up to the block. They don't know what to do. So, we snatching wigs, as I said. It's hard out here for a tether. They tucking their tether chains. They ain't really much left to do. You know what I'm saying? Other than just accept his ass whooping. Accept it. It's going to happen one way or another. And Foundational Black American Certified Black Society is in the building. And I love the way we're approaching it. Queen Alpha always says, shout out to Queen Alpha, sweet love, darling. Queen Alpha always says, you got to see these tethers as just like the dominant society. The same exact way. You can't separate the two of them because they're extensions and they mimic and they regurgitate dominant society talking points, dominant society actions. And the same way when we press the dominant society, they turn soft real fast. It's the same thing these tethers do. They talk in circles, they run their mouth, they ain't bout nothing. And Foundational Black Americans are checking them. And you see it in the spaces. And exactly what happens in real life is what happens in these spaces. They may hide behind, the Twitter fingers, and they may run their little whatevers. But, y'all seen when Brother Afro start pressing dude, he got real quiet, man. He got real quiet, real soft. You know, he went from Hulk Hogan to a jobber real quick. I mean, he was done for. He wasn't really about that life no more. And that's probably how he is in real life. You know what I'm saying? He knows that when he's in a safe place, you know, behind that computer screen or at Pace University or any of these people, they know they can say what they want to say, but they know eventually they're going to have to stand on that. They're going to have to live up to it. You're going to have to speak it because this is a new era. As I say, the pull-up summer, it's not really a summer, man. We just going to start saying pull-up season. Pull-up season. It's not, you know, summer, you know, autumn. It's not winter. It's not spring. This is year-round, 365. This ain't even, you know, 24/7, 365, man. It's 25/8. We need an extra hour and extra day the way we regulate these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? So we got to keep doing what we're doing. I love it. I love it. We making examples of it. Everybody knows out there when foundational Black Americans really start putting it down, you know, people have to change their tune, and we're watching them change their tune. Don't let anybody tell you that G-checking these folks on these Twitter spaces ain't something, because we have a lot of folks who come to our Twitter spaces and they're young. And a lot of, you know, themes in our Twitter spaces, I know me and Afro and Kid Gravity as well, we have these Twitter spaces and there's always 2 or 3 people who show up that really don't know the game, and we end up teaching them. We start telling them about Neely Fuller and all the, you know, the pillars to listen to. So a lot of these people show up to these spaces and they don't really know how to handle these tethers and these off-code people. And it's our job to do it. And I think, you know, we do a damn good job. I think a damn good job. So the people that we put on game today are the ones who will be G-checking the tethers tomorrow on top of us G-checking these tethers. And when you round them all up and you add them all up, it's hard out here for a tether. They tuck in their tether chains because we're running them straight up off the block, and it does not stop. It will continue. Shout out to everybody who's doing it. Keep on doing it and keep on regulating. I can't wait to the next one. As a matter of fact, I guarantee you within the next time we have another mashup, we'll have a whole laundry list of new tethers that we done ran up off the block. And I think Afro said, man, these stories write themselves, man. You know what I'm saying? They write themselves. They show up with that bullshit. We check them on that bullshit. They get to running. They get to skipping. They get to hopping. They get to jumping. And FBA remains.
Hey, Afro. Can I chime in real quick?
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
I was just to piggyback real quick, and this is not on that particular space, but to piggyback on what y'all said, how that energy was. So when I held my space afterwards, that you were in, that we just left right before we came here. When I said, "Hey, for the people who are coming on the stage, we're not finna do that circular argument thing like you don't know what's going on here." Did y'all watch all them people drop right on off the stage? They had their hands up ready to speak, and they all just simultaneously just boop, 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 just dropped off stage.
Yeah.
I saw your fans in there too, Afro.
You said, I'm sorry?
I saw a couple of your fans in there as well.
Yeah, my fans. Oh, my fans. My fans. I love my fans. I love them. They always bringing me up. I can never be forgotten because my haters won't let it happen. I can never be forgotten because my haters won't let it happen. It's always Afro Elite. He works for the FBI. Afro Elite works for the FBI. I saw him with a badge. His badge.
Remember, we're both cops to that dude yesterday.
My badge has a fist on it. And
yes, sir.
It's a badge with the fist on it, and it says FBA at the top. Not FBI.
Hey,
FBA.
I think I seen you photoshopped on Edmund Pettis Bridge, brother.
Yes, sir.
Now,
hey, me and him in Chicago PD.
Listen. For those of you guys who don't know exactly who we're referring to, I have a clip because I want to show you guys how accurate my interpretation of this dude was. So I have a small clip that I recorded, and this is how the guy sounded. So everybody, let's listen to how the guy sounded just for a little bit. I want you guys to listen to how he sounded for a little bit, okay? Hold on, let me make sure I can.
Sister Kendra.
Yeah, I was going to say Afro Elite. He was one of the main people who's calling you Op in the Asian because you was telling those 21-year-old white boys, and that white girl how you going to kill them. Saying that, you're making it too hot. How these white kids are harmless, but we just
now that's his. So that is his friend saying, "Oh yeah, Afro Elite called you an agent because you said you were going to kill him." Watch him not deny saying he was going to kill somebody. So he's in the space talking about he's going to kill somebody now. When he was in the space with me, he said he never said that. But watch this.
Seen yesterday that 18-year-old little boy, a monster. killed 10 people and give a damn if they was elders or kids. You know, and we also seen like a little boy who's
Okay,
older than like 7 years old. He had a
She's
whip in
gonna
his hand,
fast forward.
trying to whip grown adults. You know, so it is kids. These kids ain't harmless. You know, they will kill us too. So all this, you know, these kids are harmless. You know, they're not white supremacists. They are. You know, and they're being raised that way. I think what's her name, FBA Goddess. She was talking about how she had a conversation with a white guy some time ago. He bought his 2-year-old son a rifle.
On the video live from her home. I'm gonna figure out where she stays, and I'm gonna threaten the bitch. That's what I'm gonna do, Twitter. Sister Kendra.
Hold on, I'm trying to. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, that bitch nigga had all the FBA cop niggas report me, pack me up on the app, because those little white kids wouldn't do nothing. 10 black bodies later. What would they not do? What will they not do? That's exactly why I tell you all, I'll put their kids in the motherfucking dirt. This shit is radicalizing me. This shit is really radicalizing me. This Twitter Spaces shit really fucked my brain up. It's really fucked me up. I was a black nationalist before I ever stepped on this app. But I was more so about wanting to build unity and community with my people.
Notice how he's up, then he's down, and he's up, then he's down. Watch this.
I'm just straight up in kill mode. Every time I get on this app, I'm just thinking about who the fuck wants to feel one of these shells. Who? I think I'm gonna make it some random white people. I think I'm gonna make it some random white people that are gonna feel these shells. That's where I'm getting to. Since these are random white people I deal with on the internet, I'll just go outside and play any mini mighty mode. Point them out, knock them out. Point them out, knock them down. That's what I'm getting to the point of. Cause I don't take too light to all this tough talk, to all this shit talk. I don't take too light to that. Like I tell you all, I've never had motherfuckers talk the way motherfuckers talk on these apps. I've never heard black folks be so fucking scary and docile like I have on this app. It's literally fucking raging my goddamn blood. So before I die of high blood pressure, I'd rather go out and commit some motherfucking acts that'll send fucking waves through this goddamn country. Go ahead, Sister Shay.
Hold on. That's not the only clip. Y'all think that was the only clip? Hold on.
He said, wait, this nigga's Captain Planet.
Hold on. Did y'all think that was the only clip, though? Hold on. Let me show y'all this.
This nigga needs a YouTube channel.
Hold on. Before we react to these clips, hold on. Let me show you this.
White supremacy. These niggas want absolutely nothing to do with that conversation because most of these niggas are white supremacists. Most of them are. I've always told you all, the worst white man.
Hold on. I don't know what happened. I think I muted myself. Oh, damn. Hold on. This one right here.
Tim, some more.
Because he just doesn't know the connections I have.
This was him threatening me in the space, talking about how much he wanted to kill me. In the space that he made where he said he wanted to kill me, this is what he was saying.
Boy, family, good friends. Niggas who will throw their life away for a little bit of nothing, especially if Black Against this nigga has been saying that I'm an agent. Oh, those niggas that I know in Chicago won't take too lightly to Black Again being considered an agent. So I'm very appreciative of you for that information.
A lot of people tell on themselves if you just let them fucking talk. I go into these spaces to listen. That's what I do.
Oh, shut up. Shut up.
Tell you.
Who the hell is that mammy?
That's Vanna. I had to block her. Listen to this.
Bring your faggot ass up, you faggot ass motherfucker. Yeah, what you thought? You were gonna come in here and just get to listen, little bitch? No, we'll put a bullet in your fucking head. Bring your bitch ass up.
Hey, yo, Afro. Wait a minute. He finna tell you about to be dealing with the ace.
You permission to speak in this goddamn room. Mute your fucking mic.
Wait a second. You didn't give me permission. You brought me
Wait, is this nigga live?
Mute your mic, bitch.
He live. Wait a minute. This nigga live.
Those are just a couple clips. Those are just a couple clips. I'm telling you, this dude is like over the top. Okay, family, brothers, what do y'all have to say to that? What do y'all have to say to that?
I gotta go first. This nigga need a YouTube channel, bro.
Whoa. Kid, he don't need no damn YouTube channel. He need a damn straitjacket.
Yo, wait a minute. Somebody said it. This nigga was about to break out the job suckers, the turkeys. He might have called Afro a light-skinned honky. I mean, this nigga was gonna go back to the blaxploitation era blood. He think he JD Walker. I'm just saying. I don't know what the fuck where is this nigga broadcasting from?
The minute you started playing that, and I had wrote it in the private chat, I said, "Oh God, it's the yeller." I'm thinking to myself,
"The yeller."
We're gonna. I said, "We're gonna get to the stream without having to hear the yeller," and there he goes. And I thought, like, the clip that I first got introduced to him through was when he was talking about the military. I don't know how he got on that topic, but he was talking about the military. But it's not so much of him talking about the military; it's how he said it. He didn't say military. He said militaire. He said the militaire. When I first heard that, I literally, like, tears started to come out of my eyes. I kept replaying that over and over again. So every time I saw the word military, I'm like, the military. But yeah, that guy is like, his elevator doesn't go to the top floor. It's very clear that it doesn't. I can see why Twitter has deleted so many of his accounts, because like he's on there talking like he owns the platform. Like he make it seem like his name is right there next to CEO, and it's clearly not. But thank God that it's not. But yeah, I don't know. And where is he talking from? He got like, it's a lot of acoustics. It's a lot of echo. A lot of echoing. Yeah, he likes hearing himself talk. That's why he got the echo, because apparently he is his own echo chamber. Like he's an echo chamber party of one. But yeah, man, like that guy, I don't know what's going on with him. And like you said, there's so many more clips out there of him just going off for no reason. And the thing is, like I said, the guy's like never calm. He comes into the space just on 1,000, like over 9,000, like in Dragon Ball Z. I don't really know. Like, I don't even know if there's a diagnosis for that. That's some otherworldly stuff right there. I don't even know. You know what? I don't even think he was born. I'm starting to think maybe he was hatched. You know, he came out of an egg. You know, he was probably born, and that probably came out of a lab. You know, test tube baby. I don't know. He was created. He's not.
That's the crack era.
Probably. You know, he probably did come out of that era. Shoot, he probably came out of one of them bricks. Truth be told. But yeah, I don't know how people deal with that or even be in a space with him there. Like, I see that name says Black again. I'm like, oh God. I already know he ain't gonna be talking about nothing productive. He just gonna be there to hear himself talk. He's nothing more than entertainment. The thing is, the people are muted when they listen to him. They're probably laughing at him the whole time. I know I would be, because I couldn't take that seriously. Like, no need for an alarm clock. He is the wake-up call. Like, just turn that on. Like, record a sound bite of him just going off and, like, save it as your alarm, and that'll wake you up in the morning. I'm not sure if y'all remember this, But on BET back in the early 2000s, at 4 o'clock in the morning, every morning, there was this guy that would come on named Pastor Kearney Thomas.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And every morning, he would be on there talking about his personal prayer package. And he would always be saying, and God! That's who he reminds me of. That's exactly who he reminds me of. He reminds me of Pastor Kearney Thomas. I wonder what happened to Kearney Thomas. But yeah, if you need a new alarm, just get one of his sound bites of him just going off about anything, and it'll wake you up, and it'll keep you up too, for real, for real. But I'm gonna
Afro.
I'll just stop right
now
there.
that you said it, I need to know how this nigga feels, how chocolate was made. I need to know.
You know how in the movies when you have like what's that? When you have like Morgan Freeman narrating, he's always narrating in like a calm voice where everything's just calm. He is like he can narrate everything calm. Imagine the way this dude would narrate. If he was like a narrator of a movie, this dude is over the top all of the time. All of the time. Black Alpha, I know you got to say something, brother. I know you want to say something.
Straight jacket, padded room, some goddamn depressants, a goddamn CAT scan, anything you can come up with. That guy has lost his mind. Matter of fact, he didn't lose his mind. Like Taurean said, I'm not sure if that guy ever even had his mind. And I'm going to say this, I'm not sure if that's crack, brother. I know a meth baby when I hear one. That's a meth baby right there. And it's some heroin, all that shit. They just was brewing that shit up in a pot and ejecting this guy. This motherfucker is crazy. He need to get snatched way the fuck up. Really, there's nothing you can do to that guy. You know, that he ain't already doing to himself. His lasting impression on the earth is going to be saying some clown shit, getting roasted. He reminded me, hey, what's the wrestler, man? Macho Man. The Slim Jim motherfucker.
Which one we talking about? We talking about regular Macho Man or coked up Macho Man?
Apparently coked up with that guy. Hell yeah, coked up. Hey, he the methed up Macho Man. Hey, he methed up Macho Man. There you go. Methed up Macho Man. That's it. Get him a straight jacket.
Macho meth Randy Savage.
There it is, man. There it is. Yes, indeed.
Or Hulk Hogan, brother. What's happening, brother?
Let me tell you something, niggas.
Now, before I show the video I made in response, Beatzilla, you got something to say?
Yeah, bro. I mean, like, cause I've been hearing the goings on, cause I wasn't in a lot of them rooms. I was just like, man, why is this cat and the other cat following you? And then to be in that room to hear all the yellers and screamers together, my mind was blown away. I'm like, damn, I'm cracking up at your video that you made with the Wiz, and this dude, little I'm like, wait, is he Black Vincent Price? What's going on here? Yo, I can't take it. He can't be for real, y'all. He cannot be for real. I just cannot believe he is serious. He got to be an actor, man. Oh, man. Either he's stone cold nuts or he is an actor straight out of Hollywood, and they paying him good money to come disrupt these spaces. Because Jesus,
he has
they got to pay him good money
to play or something
Wait,
like that.
why when you was doing that imitation, I thought of the count from Sesame Street. 1 plus 1 equals 2. The count.
Well, you forgot to add nigga at the end. Nigga!
I want to play this clip right before I play the other clip, just to remind the audience, for those of you who just coming in, this is who I was mimicking in that video. Listen to this.
I know in Chicago won't take too light to Black again being considered an agent. So I'm very appreciative of you for that information.
A lot of people tell on themselves.
Yeah, whatever.
You ain't got to go in there.
Wait a second.
Hold on, listen to this. Listen to this.
But you notice I'm gonna drop you down real quick. I'm gonna bring you back up. Mark, bring your faggot ass up, you punk bitch. Bring your faggot ass up, you faggot ass motherfucker. Yeah, what you thought? You were gonna come in here and just get to listen, little bitch? No, we'll put a bullet in your fucking head. Bring your bitch ass up.
Hey, you there?
Mute your motherfucking mic, bitch. I haven't given you permission to speak in this goddamn room. Mute your fucking mic.
What?
Wait a second. You didn't give me permission. You brought me up.
Mute your mic, bitch.
Okay. Now,
Wow.
Oh damn. Okay, so let me show you my response.
Wait, you gotta play that part again.
Oh, y'all want to play it? Okay.
Play it again. Wait,
now, mind you, he called this dude to come on the stage. He called for this dude to come on stage, and the dude's all like, "Hey, how you doing?" And,
hey, Afro, you gotta put mute your mic on a shirt.
I'm thinking what I'm thinking of doing is making a whole. You know how I did the Sunny remix? I'm thinking of making a Black Again remix. I'm really thinking that I'm going to go a step above the nigga of Oz. I think I'm going to make a Black Again remix, but let me play it one last time.
I wish I could sample him for the album. I wish I could.
But do you see the energy? This dude is over the top for no reason. She was talking calm. This guy was talking calm.
Ass up, you punk bitch.
Hold on. Listen to how this old ass lady.
Listen to these people. You need to listen and see where people stand. The shit that comes out their mouth. And they will tell you. You ain't got to go in there with
Wait a second.
She sound like a stereotype of an old black lady. Listen to where people stand and they will tell you.
Just like she sound like the mammy off of Tom and Jerry. Thomas?
Oh, Mammy Two Shoes? You talking about Mammy Two Shoes?
Yeah, Mammy.
Yo, okay. Fun fact, did you know they changed her to a white woman?
Wow.
Yeah, because the racism feedback that they were getting. Because people said that she felt a stereotype. People was calling out Tom and Jerry's old cartoon.
Yeah, they changed it to a white woman.
I saw that on the
internet.
updated
cartoon.
But listen, before we play it again.
Wait a second. We got a white boy in our mix, but you notice I'm gonna drop you down real quick. I'm gonna bring you back up. Mark, bring your faggot ass up, you punk bitch. Bring your faggot ass up, you faggot ass motherfucker. Yeah, what you thought? You were gonna come in here and just get to listen, little bitch? No, we'll put a bullet in your fucking head. Bring your bitch ass up.
Hey, you there?
Mute your motherfucking mic, bitch. I haven't given you permission to speak in this goddamn room. Mute your fucking mic.
Wait a second. You didn't give me permission. You brought me up.
Mute your mic, bitch.
No, he didn't.
Okay, and so with that being said, this was my response. Okay, I warned people. I said, anybody who is taking this nationalist dude seriously needs to stop watching cartoons because you've lost reality. Now, watch me play this clip. I am the wizard of black nationalism. And I am here to bring the spirit of black nationalism back in the hearts of all the weak boys and the weak girls out there. And anyone who dares to defy me will get their heads blown off by my mystical wizard powers that I get from yelling and screaming. That is how I become so powerful. No one is better than me. No one has ever seen me. I just popped up on the scene yesterday because I was asleep. I was laying dormant, waiting for someone to come and take my place. But as I see now, no one's going to do that. So it is up to me to bring forth the revolution with murder, and I will do it with the power of Pan-Africanism. who dares to defy me will be an example of being a coon. Ha 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 ha. It was just a little something I had on my, my spare time. I was like, you know what? Let me show you guys what this dude sounds like. Kid, are you there?
Yes, sir. I don't know what just happened. I think I was laughing too hard.
With murder and the
Murderer.
Pan-Africanism.
I thought he was about to sing that old Jamaican song real fast.
That's too fitting because dude is really, really like that. I mean, seeing is believing, or hearing is believing, rather. I mean, he really actually sounds like that.
Let me get the animal fries, nigga.
That dude, I'm saying, if he's not Hollywood, because he's over here, ha ha ha. I mean, is he in a bomb shelter? Like, where's this dude located? He in Area 51?
Nah, hey, he's in Oz. He's in Oz, man. He ain't on Twitter Space trying to get Dorothy Gale back home, man. He hanging out with the motherfucking the fucking scarecrow and all them, man. He lost his goddamn mind.
Afro go fuck around and go behind the curtain.
Right.
Gonna pull a curtain behind him, and it's gonna be
some 5'6" nigga.
He's gonna be a little pygmy behind you.
Facts.
Oh, my Lord.
Or even better, he might be some little white guy with a
right,
voice change.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Man, you gonna see one of them little hat dudes like, hey.
Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
Please don't tell anybody it'll blow my cover. I've tricked all of these people into thinking so radically.
I'm among the rattlesnakes.
That dude is literally on Twitter Spaces talking about killing people.
Right.
He brought YouTube to Twitter Spaces.
Man, it is the nuttiest. That's some of the nuttiest stuff I've ever seen. Because it's like, okay, if you really go do something, and number one, like, this is the day and age of DNA. With all of that, we'll have to do all of this. Like, what are you doing all that for? I'm torn. He might be crazy, or he might be crazy smart to fish out all them other actual crazies. You never know.
You know that acting, you be seeing like the acting from the foreign countries, especially like the Indian acting, and they always doing the damn most. Where somebody gets shot, next thing you know, they spinning around the whole room.
You talking about the Turkish
I'm sure the directors are like, hey, I understand you're passionate, but you're right here. We need you like right here. You're at a 10. We need you like at a 3. You know what I'm saying? That's this dude. This dude is over the top all of the time.
Right.
I'm saying all. He doesn't sound. Why does he have an echo everywhere he goes? Like, we be in different places. Sometimes we be on spaces. Sometimes there might be an echo, but there's never an echo anywhere this guy goes. Like he's in the jail cell or something like that.
Now you know what? Now you make a good point. Is it true? Like in federal prison?
He in a bunker somewhere.
Right, just like in a bomb shelter.
This nigga in a bomb shelter still thinking that I'm not even gonna go there.
Come see me. I'm out here in Arizona. It's 116 degrees. My brain is on fire.
And I'm among the aliens.
He almost sounds like
the aliens are all more on code than Afro Elite.
He almost sounds like Emperor Palpatine in Revenge of the Sith. Power! Unlimited power!
Hey, yo. Somebody said it.
Dustin
brother said it. Hey, Afro pull up on him. He's like, yo, Moms just want my bike back. I wouldn't trip.
That was really
he was calling me out when I was in the listener section, like, you ran from black again, and then when I got on stage, he kept saying, mute his mic, and they couldn't stop me. I'm all like, no, I'm not about to let you yell. I'm not about to let you yell. I broke it. I'm like Professor X playing chess with this dude. I already know how he's gonna move. I'm all like, you know what? All right. Whatever you say. Okay. I went all the way from Chicago to South Carolina, a feat in and of itself, to help Marcel. Okay. All right. You say he didn't win. Okay. All right. You say you don't know what I've done. Okay. All right. All right then. But you're speaking as if you've done things that puts you in an authority to criticize me. Because at least whether I failed or not, at least people have seen me do something. What has anybody ever seen you do? You're like, okay, well, Afro, listen, I know we've been beefing in the past, and I know we might have had our disagreements, but let's discuss this as gentlemen, okay? I'm gonna send you a link to Zoom, and we can have a private conversation. You saw his whole energy switched up.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. And that was, that was really funny too, because when you see these people come out here, they be talking hella crazy, and then all of a sudden, things can change. Even here, like, oh, I'll be in a space talking to blah 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 blah. But see, you have to be able to stand on that when somebody come into that space. And then after all of that yelling, like all of this yelling that y'all heard out there that's watching this, when Afro Elite got on that stage, all of that went. So hey, brother, hey, just look here. See, we just need to come to a meeting of the minds. But I had some beef with you. You had some beef with me. Yeah, but it was the energy that you was just hearing while Afro was in the listener section.
Yes, sir. Hey,
I
brother,
see him. He ran.
Yeah, we had a little bit of beef. You had some beef. I had some beef. We put our two beefs together, make some sandwiches, my nigga. That's how we got to do it out here. That's how we got to do it. FBA makes sandwiches. All the tethers make the drinks. You know how that go. You know how that go.
If I was up there longer, I promise you, he probably would have subscribed to the YouTube channel. He's like, yeah, I just saw your content. I subscribed to YouTube channel. You know what I'm saying? I'm a big fan, mind you. I was just making a joke. I was just trolling. I'm not gonna kill you for real. I know I said that.
And this is doing this.
Afro, that was a very productive conversation. So I'll see you later, brother. And then he watch. He waited about 60 seconds.
Right.
I made that nigga run. That nigga, I sent him questions of what I was going to ask him. He ain't want it. He ran talking about he had to go do something. He had to go in them streets. That nigga was going to Joliet. All my Chicago niggas know about Joliet.
Oh, man.
Old Lake Forest ass nigga. Man, that dude, I'm telling you, that dude need a YouTube channel.
Man, yeah, he needs something. He need an outlet. He need an outlet for that energy. Why ain't he on TikTok?
Maybe he could do dumbass skits on TikTok.
I was just gonna say
he just be yelling about some dumb shit.
He probably has an endless supply of throat lozenges in his home.
Shit.
Because you can't tell me that he needs to sit down and recharge.
Nah, that nigga
doing
just be
all
smoking
of that.
He's smoking his
throughout
lungs
the
away.
day. Like, I'm surprised he doesn't knock his own self out using all that energy to come on to these spaces and constantly.
Hey, Taurean, don't he remind you of that chick in that script I sent you?
Yes. Now that you mentioned it, which was a very good script, by the way. Like after I had read it, I was like, wow, just kind of playing the scenarios out in my head. I said, wow, especially that last part. Oh my God, you went in on that last part. That was crazy. And I'm thinking to myself, that could actually happen in real life. Like, imagine, that actually playing out in real life.
That's what's up.
Yeah. I want to.
So Afro, we gonna coalition build or you gonna run, nigga?
I want to make a point. Okay.
You gonna run, nigga? Well, go ahead.
To all of them people, because I don't know why people are taking this dude seriously. We went in that. Well, it's tethers who are doing it. It's tethers because this dude claims not to be. He claims to be an FBA, but he's about Pan-Africanism. Now, you see how Black Alpha is very raw. Black Alpha is very uncut. He doesn't hold anything back. Like us, we try to keep things professional to an extent. That's just our style. Black Alpha, that's not his style. That's cool. But do you ever see Black Alpha screaming at all? Has anybody ever seen him scream or does he always keep like a calm voice? Do we see him? Listen to me. You don't like. Do we see him doing this? Dude sounds like. Has anybody watched the X-Men movies? And you know how when Wolverine gets in like what's they call the berserker rage, and he starts cutting people up. Yeah, this dude sounds like he's in a permanent berserker rage as Wolverine.
Wow.
With his mic on 3, he's still in the red.
Did you guys ever see that clip when Hugh Jackman was doing the sound effects for the movie? That's how he looked. Just keep that on loop.
Wow.
Hey, I was gonna say that motherfucker probably got.
You sure bring him out.
Hey, he got roid rage, man. He probably weighed about 130 pounds, and he got fucking roid rage, and this shit never went off.
Yeah, like he doesn't have an off switch. His off switch is non-existent. I wouldn't even say broke because that would intend that he had one. He was hardwired and built to always be on. That's literally, he doesn't even have a factory reset button. And if it is, we can't find it. To turn
Hey, he had one, but it broke.
He broke the factory.
Yeah.
You know what he like? You probably tell females they broke the mold when they made me.
You probably ain't lying. Oh my God! You know what was funny about the other dudes too that was in there? It was him and the other. Shut up, something. This cat. It was like a yell. It was like they was feeding off each other, and this yelling. We shouldn't worry about reparation cash payments. Energy is amazing. Like, hey, you know, I want to see Tariq Nasheed. I want to see Jason Black. I want to see why ain't they out there? And it's like, well, hey man, I assume because all these people talk about you, the line you hear all the time. I'm outside. I'm outside. I'm outside. Well, if you really from that, where you come from to where the money, the boss is doing soldier duty. I don't know. I don't understand where that happens at. Look, that's why all these stars have entourages, because this big star is the big star. So you got to make sure you're protecting that star with the entourage. So
that's a good point. That's a good point, family.
It's like this nigga coming out here talking like a cop.
The ops.
Straight up. Like, hey, why don't you go out there? Hey, Taurean, man, why ain't I see you out there, brother? You and Black Outfit, man, and your Afro, I need to see y'all out there in the front. Hey, Elite, hey, you know, they on their way right now. I think I was at the spark to get on down there. So, you know, if they show up, go ahead and jump on them boys. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's how I'm looking at that type thing. Yeah, how about y'all?
I'm sorry, I'm happy. I just went on Twitter real fast, and the Knicks just got Jalen Brunson, so I'm kind of happy right now. So
they're still gonna lose, brother.
Okay, so
where'd he go?
He got out of
it. Hey, Afro, y'all got Andre Drummond, so calm down.
Okay, we got the best pizza in the world. I ain't mad at it.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all 13-pound pizza. Shout out to y'all. But go ahead.
Black Alpha, you were saying?
I can't with you kids. Too much. Too much, man. Hey, y'all made a point. That dude calling from prison, man. Listen, he's either calling from prison or he's one of those guys in war when no one ever told him that the war ended. He probably think Vietnam is still going on. He probably think he's in a bunker somewhere, strapped up, still thinking Vietnam is going on. This guy obviously is loony, out of his brain. He's either a convict or he's a soldier that doesn't know the war has ended. He's a damn complete. I don't even know if that dude's a coon. Y'all can come up with another term for that. But he done took whatever he's doing. It's like hard to define that. Is that even cooning? I don't even know what that is. I have no idea. That's crazy. I know that shit. But other than that, that guy's a clown. And I like the way when he yelled at that guy to come up. And I think was it a white guy? I don't know. I mean, he was like, "Come on up." And then he says, "Mute your mic." Dude said, "You told me to come up. Like you told me to come up. You told me to speak." He said, "You thought you were gonna come in here and just listen? When you go into a space, it labels you a listener."
Right.
Hella meds.
I think another thing is like he probably thinks that doing all of that yelling and stuff like that is it's supposed to be like an intimidation factor. Like people supposed to be scared of that. Like no one's scared of that. Like we are over here cracking up nonstop at you just yelling constantly just for the sake of wanting to yell. And it's like you're clearly the only person there that's in the room. You act like you are in a space where there's a lot of people and you have to yell over them. You're the only one there. Can you imagine how he is when he's not on the spaces? Who is he talking to? What is he talking to is better question, because I don't think he is a who. I don't think this guy talks to anybody except what maybe he might talk to the sky. He probably goes out and hugs trees. I don't know.
He got a room full of old discarded Sears mannequins.
He's one of those. He will be applying for the C9000 when they start shipping. I can guarantee that.
That is funny. I mean, what's the sad part is because it is a joke to us because we have common sense, so that's why it's a joke to us. The sad part is that you actually do have people who take this dude serious. There are actually people out there like, man, this dude is speaking some real shit right here. I mean, shit. I mean, he really sounds like he about that business. I warned people the first time, and the second time, I don't know how many accounts Twitter is going to allow this dude to have. The fact that Twitter allows this dude to even have a profile at all, despite all of the stuff that he's been doing, all of the spaces he's been making, threatening people, talking about killing people. The fact that Twitter even allows him to have that shows that Twitter is kind of in on it, which leads me to believe that this dude isn't a grassroots person. This dude is either he's an agent, he's a COINTELPRO agent, but he's doing a little bit too much. He's doing a little bit too much. He wants that promotion, doing a little bit too much. Or B, he's probably in jail, and he always wanted to be an activist. He's in jail. That's why you hear an echo, and he talks like that because he's in solitary confinement. Listen, let me tell you guys something, family. Solitary confinement will really mess your mind up. You saw how that dude, the white dude, he was all like, you thought you was going to come in here and listen? Come up, bitch. Speak, bitch. Come up here. And then when he came up, he was like, hey, how you doing? Mute your mic, bitch. I didn't say shit. He was like, well, I mean, you asked me to speak. Shut up. Like,
that's very prison.
That's solitary confinement.
That's very prison. That's new rookie roommate.
I thought y'all were going to say he was Mr. T.
From Rocky 3?
Yeah. I don't hate you, but I pity the fool.
Clubber leg.
Clubber leg. I ain't gonna hold you. I think he's trying to be a battle rapper.
Hey, they asked him what the prediction for the fight. He said, pain.
I would be scared to see like what a doctor would have to see if he had to have a lobotomy performed. Like what's going on in that maze you call a brain? Like what's floating around through there? Like I don't think they want to donate his brain to science because
that's a psychiatrist's career right there.
That's
it's gonna be a micro stamp that says property of the United States government.
Hey,
he go to the doctor. He like say,
gonna come black red. They're gonna print the X-ray out, and they're gonna see the brain is gonna be red in the X-ray. They're like, oh wow, is this dude really that mad?
Yes.
Is the Lord this is
after
funny.
I crucify you next.
But I'm not gonna keep you guys on all night. I'm starving. I got off work in Twitter Spaces, busy all day, and I'm sure you guys
let you live.
Have things to do too. So I'm gonna let you guys get the final word in, and then you guys can shout out to your social media and any other future projects that you guys have coming up that you want the audience to be aware of.
Afro needs to eat, y'all.
Look, I
Right.
need
I'm
to
gonna
eat.
let
I
him
need my
live.
Chicago pizza.
Live
let him
streams
live.
and them spaces will spark up that appetite. I
Yes,
already
yes, it
know
will.
that it will do it every single time. But nah, I'm glad that we had this. Again, the second one. I'm sure there will be more to come. I'm glad it's almost like a kickback session. Like we get on here to get to talk about some serious things, and we could throw some comedy in there as well as we see fit. And shout out to everybody that came through. If y'all haven't done so already, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, Taurean Reign Reloaded. Also follow me on Twitter, same thing. Instagram is Taurean_Reign. And I'll be back on my platform tomorrow to do my weekly live stream. So I hope everybody that's over here will come over there as well, and we'll chop it up for a couple of hours talking about different stuff that happened throughout the week. And I was making some money while we was on this call too. That's why I kept looking down at my phone.
This man is about his money. He's about his paper. I appreciate it.
No, that's what's
Shout
up.
out to Taurean.
Yes, indeed. I can go next. Of course, y'all can follow my broadcast channel right here on YouTube at BeatzillaPDX Official. And tomorrow we'll be going live, 6:30 Pacific time, and we do the weekly wrap up. So after you leave Torian's live, come on over and hang out with your brother for a minute, for a few hours. How we do. I do a slightly long broadcast. Then also follow me on Instagram and on Twitter, BeatzillaPDX. And with that being said, y'all have a good one, y'all. And it's always a pleasure rocking out with my brothers up here, y'all.
Always.
Black first.
I'll go ahead and jump on this one. Y'all know I got always something to say, so I'm gonna say it real good. I want to give a whole overall what we've been talking about, because the main point, really, if you listen to this broadcast, it's been about G-checking tethers and letting everybody know that foundational Black American culture is in full effect, and foundational Black American culture is in full swing. And we've been gatekeeping it, and we've been very, very serious about anybody who's out of line and out of pocket. So we have to continue to do that. Everybody listening, whether you're listening live or you hear the playback, or anybody who listens to any of these brothers, and I say brothers with all sincerity because these are all my B1 brothers, make sure you guys follow them as well. But I say that with sincerity, that we all have to represent and hold down our heritage. Nobody is going to do for you like you do for self. Self being foundational Black American culture, self being certified Black society. So we got to make sure we do that. And I have to quote the most thorough, uncut, direct, certified Black person I know. She goes by the name of Queen Alpha. Salute to you again, darling. Everybody thinks I'm crazy. She's way crazy. She's Harriet Tubman's pistol with a full clip. All right, she's me with dimples in a baby face. She's way crazier than me. And she always says this. She says, there are certified Blacks and there are counterfeit niggas. And we put the line right in the sand, and we putting the counterfeit niggas over there, and we putting the certifieds right here. And eventually we're going to keep on pushing them until they're all the way out of the building and we're all the way in the place. So everybody, make sure you follow me, Black Alpha Network. That is on YouTube. You follow Black Alpha Network on Twitter, Black Alpha Network on Instagram. I got a channel. We be booming over there. They call me the DMX of the new Black Media. I think my brother Beatzilla coined that one for me. So salute to you for that one, brother. And I like it. I like that all the way, man. I was like, shit, I'm running with that. I like that. It's everything real, man. And these brothers right here, I represent them. I'm going to start doing lives, and I'm going to bring all these brothers in so we can keep continuing to do this. We all said it was going to be a hot summer, which it is, but it is a certified hot summer the way it's supposed to be. So with that said, I appreciate everybody. Peace, love, and liberation. Peace, love, and reparations. Y'all stay safe, stay vigilant, stay real. Black Alpha Network.
Yes, sir. I appreciate everybody on this panel. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. I appreciate everybody in the chat. Appreciate to you, Alpha, because you've been putting it out there. So I appreciate you on that. Brother Afro, you have patience of a saint, because I don't know how you keep doing that every day. I think after like the 17th space, I would have said, you know what, y'all got it. Y'all can say whatever you want. I got to go do something productive, but you got to regulate. So I appreciate that. But yeah, folks, for me, you follow me on social media at the Kid Gravity on Twitter, Kid Gravity Beyond on Instagram. And starting July 5th, I'm going to start banging very hard on the Congressional Black Caucus, since a lot of their seats are up. So there will be videos inbound of why we should not be voting for them. So that's coming very soon. I'm not going to tell you who the first person is because I want each day to be a surprise. So don't be upset if you just see the Riddler symbol on there and you see a picture of a raccoon. Don't be so. I just want y'all to picture or trying to guess that day who I'm going to talk about. But yeah, I thank y'all for letting me be on here, and thank you for the lost calories I did with the laughter. And I am going to sleep because I got to be back on the plantation tomorrow. So take care, stay safe, everyone, and I'm out.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Well, I'm going to close off tonight. We had one of the most productive broadcasts, I feel like, one of the funniest by far broadcasts, I feel like, in a very long time. We covered a lot. This is why you guys need to be following all of these brothers, not only on their YouTube platforms, but also on their various social media accounts. You guys need to be subscribed to this account because this isn't the first nor only time you will see a Black Media Mashup with all of these brothers here. This isn't the only time, and this isn't the time you can see it on Taurean's broadcast. You can see this on Beatzilla broadcast. Black Alpha's about to do lives. Kid Gravity, he does lives too. So you don't want to miss out on anything. In all of the content you heard tonight and all of these intelligent brothers that you heard tonight, you want to hear them on the regular basis. If one of us is posting every day. Taurean, I will say this dude doesn't miss a beat. This dude is on it every single day. So you want content on the regular basis, you guys definitely need to subscribe to Taurean. You want that raw energy, you definitely need to subscribe to Black Alpha. You want that historical knowledge about music and history, you definitely need to subscribe to Beatzilla. You want information about politics, news and politics, you definitely want to subscribe to Kid Gravity. You already know what I'm about, so subscribe to me. B1 family, thank you very much for being here. I appreciate you all. I really, really do. Please make sure you leave a like before you leave. And subscribe and put that post notification bell on. But until then, I will say, family, I love you all. You all be safe. It's the holiday weekend. It's dangerous out here for you all. It's dangerous. So I'm saying be safe, family. I want you out. I want to see you all next week. I really do. Be safe. But until then, peace out.